feature presentation.
All right. Eric Marchin, Rogers TV Cinema Scene in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Lee, thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I was thinking about Edgar Wright's filmography and specifically how he's such a visually dynamic filmmaker and can jump from one genre to the other, but also play within different tones: action, comedy, horror, suspense. How important is the Running Man's tone in shaping your performance, but also immersing yourself within this alternate reality that's frighteningly real?
Edgar Wright is the reason I wanted to do this film. I have been such a huge fan of his for years. He always takes you on a fun ride, right? And so when he called me and said, "This is the movie I want to make," I had been thinking about this novel for years and how I could bring it to the big screen. I was like, absolutely. And he said, "This is the character I want you to play." He's this hunter. I think maybe he's going to wear a mask. How do you feel about that? And I was like, yeah, cool. I mean, yeah, I'm down for that challenge. I'm down for that. He's a director that you don't feel like you're being directed, but you know he's got a very specific thing that he wants to see you do, you know? The way he communicates the tone he's trying to achieve, the experience he wants to give the audience, is by talking about films that he likes, his opinion about films, and, you know, playing some music on set, laughing at certain takes that you've done, and you kind of know, okay, that's it. That's McCone. That's the kind of cool, unbothered, relaxed, you know, bad guy that he wants to see.
Absolutely. And you kind of feel that. You mentioned The Mask, because I was also thinking a little bit, it's almost the 20th anniversary of The Fall. And that's a movie as well where you wear a mask. And I was thinking, and I wanted to ask you this question. Do you take past roles or use past roles or experiences from them and bring them into other experiences?
Can I be honest? I didn't even think about that red mask in The Fall until you brought it up. I've been so kind of immersed in McCone, and The Fall is one of the favorite things that I've ever been a part of. So, thank you for making that connection for me. I hadn't thought about it. The mask gave me so much to work with on this character. I looked in the mirror after we had put the costume together, the leather coat, the leather shirt, the leather pants. And I was like, yeah, that's it. I know how to kind of physically bring that guy to life. And then I walked on the set, and the way the crew responded to McCone, I was like, yeah, okay, I get this. This is fun. You know, this is a fun character to play. He's not just violent. He's put on a show. He's like one of the faces of this, extraordinarily popular TV show in America. And he's trying to exude this, machismo and, cool violence. He's hanging out of helicopters with rifles, just chilling. And I think that, man, I had a great time with it. Yeah, really fun.
Yeah, and even just thinking about the duality of it, a story within a story with The Fall, but even with The Running Man, who we project ourselves to be within social media or in the outside world versus who we are, in our personal lives. How early on do you start working with costume designer Julian Day? And were there aspects of the wardrobe that tailored your own performance, especially when it comes to movement and posture? I even just think about the way that the glasses, have these little slots in the mask that you can kind of firmly put in.
I mean, we worked really hard on that mask to get it just right. Tailored it just right, made the nose, tailored around the nose. We really developed it because we knew it was a big idea. And not only the mask, the coat, all of it, it just kind of does a lot of the work for me, to be honest. That was a lot of the cerebral work, and then I felt my way through the rest. And I guess I just want to say, I want to talk about The Fall because I really appreciate you bringing it up. And, Tarsem was making a movie about movies. He was trying to create a perspective from someone who had never seen a movie before. He wanted to create a visual language in Katinka's imagination that was completely apart from any kind of, established cinematic language. And I don't know about you, but I see so many movies, I feel like I dream in coverage, right? I feel like the characters, cut together in such a way, it's so influenced my psyche. And I always think about Tarsem's approach to The Fall because that's the challenge he had set, for himself. And, with Edgar Wright, he's the reason I did this film because he's also an auteur. Like, he is so skilled in understanding what experience he wants to give the audience and how he wants them to feel as he takes them on this like wild escalating ride. But he also understands the tools that he has so much that he knows what lighting is going to do. He knows what that extraordinary little camera is capable of, he knows how to move an actor towards a performance that is like the movie he wants to see. There's nothing like being in the hands of a visionary director like that, to sit in that dark theater and go on the ride, let the movie come to you, right?
Is there a confidence in that as well, in knowing that the filmmaker has a very singular perspective? Because you mentioned, the comparisons even to Edgar Wright, thinking about like how Edgar Wright, his transitions are like nobody else's, but then Tarsem in The Fall has these amazing transitions from one scene to another. And even in the audio commentary, Tarsem mentions about how working with you, he learned to become a better technician in certain scenes, or a lot of the cast and crew didn't realize that you were an able-bodied actor until 12 weeks into production.
Yeah, I mean, it's art, right? So you want to be inspired by people. Edgar's one of those directors, you don't even know you're being directed, right? You just come to set and then you'll have a quick conversation with him about, the movies that he likes. And he's an encyclopedia of cinema. And when he expresses his opinion about certain movies, it influences your performance. When he chuckles behind the monitor, you're like, okay, yeah, more of that, And you don't have to muscle your way into it. It's a relaxed, good time. And he has the whole movie prepared in his head. My first conversation where he kind of outlined what he wanted to make out of this novel that he has loved for years and years and years, and the character he wanted me to play, mask, everything, is this exactly the same as the script that I read, as the movie I saw being made, as the movie I watched a week ago. Like, he did that. It didn't just happen. He is a technician who created all of that with all of these tools that he's got. So I guess I would say it's not about feeling safe. It's about being inspired and being inspired to push yourself. I mean, this cast is sick, right? Like,
absolutely.
You want to be like, it's an honor to be a part of a cast like this. You want to give it 1,000%. You want to bring all your creativity to it and enjoy that inspiration.
Well, I have to wrap, but it's been a pleasure talking to you, and congratulations on the film. And The Fall is just a wonderful movie, and to hear you talk about it the way that you have, it's been a delight.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for bringing it up. I'm so proud of that movie.
It's an amazing film, and I can't believe it's almost 20.
I know. It's one of the greatest. I love it.
All right. Bye. Thank you.
Let's cut